Once upon a time, in a serene and hidden corner of the world, there was a famed Buddhist monastery that stood as a beacon of peace and tranquility. The monastery was home to many devoted disciples who sought enlightenment through the teachings of a wise and compassionate master. Despite the rituals and harmonious chanting, a disturbing atmosphere brewed beneath the surface. The whispers of gossip and judgment echoed in the halls, distracting the minds of those seeking a higher truth. Among the disciples, one young man was distinguished not by the depth of his wisdom, but by his arrogance and continuous chatter. He loved to boast of his noble birth, the sacrifices he had made, and how he had chosen the spiritual path over a life of opulence. His endless talking and pride created a restless energy that unsettled those around him. The wise master, aware of the growing discord, decided to convene a gathering. "My dear disciples," he addressed them, "each of you must take on a vow for 1 month, a challenge to test your resolve and discipline." As he announced this, the boastful disciple stepped forward, puffed with pride, and declared, "Master, give me a vow that no one else has the courage to take on." The master, serene and smiling, responded, "Then for 1 month, you shall remain silent." Expecting a more challenging task, the disciple initially scoffed at the simplicity of the vow. The first day came and went without much difficulty. The second day brought a twinge of discomfort. By the third day, the disciple noticed a growing urge to engage verbally. By the fourth day, the silence tormented him. Frustrated, he approached the master with a note expressing the difficulty of keeping silent. The master gently replied, "The vow belongs to you, not me. You may break it if you wish, but remember, keeping one's word leads to self-mastery." Feeling both hurt and humbled, the disciple returned to his solitary room. He sat, surrounded by the monastery's lively sounds, yet remained silent. The noise inside his mind surpassed any external voices. Eventually, reaching a breaking point, the disciple returned to the master with another note. "Master, my mouth is silent, but my mind is screaming endlessly. How can I quiet it?" The master offered quiet wisdom. "If voices here disturb you, seek solitude in nature. Let nature become your silent teacher." Following this advice, the disciple ventured into the nearby forest, and time passed. Days transformed into weeks, and weeks into months. Back at the monastery, many assumed he had abandoned his journey, or worse. Only the master held hope for his return. Months later, the young disciple returned to the monastery with changes evident to all. His face reflected serenity, his eyes sparkled with calm. The boastful aura had vanished, replaced by an air of gentleness and presence. He bowed before the master and asked, "Master, am I still silent?" To which the master replied, "Yes, you are silent, because you have found stillness in your mind." The disciples were bewildered. "But he's talking," they protested. "How is his silence maintained?" The wisdom of the master unfolded. True silence resides in the mind, not the mouth.